Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with me, Victoria Nolan. Lawrence Gunther recently went through the process of working with the CNIB Guide Dog Training Center with his new guide dog.
Good boy, Lewis.
And the 10-month experience was all recorded for a new documentary called Makings of a Guide Dog.
When I approached the CNIB to make this documentary, my goal wasn't to get a new guide dog. My goal was to work with the trainers, to pass on my knowledge about using dogs in the outdoors. I wrote a pitch, gave it up to the CNIB executive, and they loved it. They loved the idea too that, maybe one of those dogs would become my next guide dog. So let's test these dogs out and see how they like a boat ride.
Good dog.
So, what do you think?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're not concerned at all. The three of them are sitting there like they do it every day.
Andrew and Karen Hanlon from the CNIB Guide Dog Training Center were part of the documentary.
It's been really interesting, enjoyable, and a real eye-opener for us. And I think the thing that's really, we really took notice of is that CNIB is a new guide dog program, and we haven't been running for decades and 70, 80 years like some guide dog organizations have, which means we're not really stuck in the traditions of these programs that have been running for so long. And a lot of them are important. The main thing we always have to look at wherever we work is that the dog is safe. The person, of course, priority, the person is safe, whatever they're doing, and that everybody's happy. But the nice thing about working with Lawrence is it didn't sort of say what we can't do or what somebody can't do with a guide dog. It opened our eyes to what people can do with a guide dog.
The things like that, the dog going down the hill on a sled. We would never have done that in the past.
Come on, Sherman! Oh, let's go!
Good job. Want to do it again?
But what we've done that safely. Each of those little segments you see is probably at least a half a day of training gone in on the day with the dog. Why do you get a guide dog? It's to be independent. So the fact that you've got a dog, you're independent, but now you've got to ask your family for help getting up a hill to go to Bognor with your young lad. It's just contradictory. Years ago we'd have said you can't do that. What we say now is, and if nothing else, I hope that people, when they see these videos, when blind people hear about all this, that they say, you know what, I can do that. I don't have to sit in the house and wait for people to take me out on a nice snowy day or a nice summer's day. I can do anything. And that's what we wanted from this. You can do anything that a sighted person can do, and you don't have to be reliant on a sighted guide.
These are all great dogs. I'd have any one of these dogs on a fishing boat with me. Absolutely. None of them would cause any trouble whatsoever.
Lawrence had been without a guide dog since the passing of his former guide dog, Moby. And after months of extensive training for the documentary, with 3 potential dogs, the choice was made. Lawrence was matched with Lewis, a black lab.
That's a nice dog,
Yeah,
man.
I'm delighted, mate, honestly.
Come here.
So I do want to wish you all the best with it.
Come here, give me the... What's amazing about Andrew and Karen and the CNIB Guide Dog program is their commitment to giving guide dogs to everybody. Not just people in the cities, but people in rural, remote, northern, indigenous communities. Doesn't matter where you are, if you need a guide dog, they're going to bring you one.
You can watch Makings of a Guide Dog on February 1st at 1:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. on AMI TV.